Hi, I'm Kate Padget-Koh. I've worked in the fashion and sportswear industry for 30 years with such brands and businesses as Li & Fung, PVH, Puma, and startups like SQUATWOLF. In the past, Chinese brands have been considered not really that authentic, just copying Western brands, and they're not really that desirable. They're lacking certain things. So one way to counteract that is to go and acquire those brands. In the past few years, the rest of the world has had to relook at China, not just as a place where fakes were made or sweatshops existed, but a place that could make really luxurious product at a reasonable price and fast. Brands or groups like Anta gradually acquiring more and more Western brands. If Anta have ever been doubted as a brand, they are cleverly going out and acquiring brands such as, well, the latest one being Puma. They acquired the shares from the Kering Group, and Puma were one of the top 3 sportswear brands. So this acquisition is really fundamental in the future of sportswear and activewear. So when large groups such as Anta acquire Western heritage brands, Puma, Jack Wolfskin, for example, the way to approach it is to take all the real winning points of those Western brands. What are they known for? What is the talent? What is it that people want to buy and acquire? And then build their own efficiencies from the Anta supply chain for specific markets. So we're really living in extraordinary times. What we're seeing now is the emergence of a multipolar world, no longer necessarily dominated by American soft power. What we're seeing now is the emergence of other places in the world. We're also seeing what's happening in China as an emerging developed economy, while at the same time there are many, many challenges facing China itself. Currently, across social media platforms, we see people Chinamaxxing. It comes in so many different forms, whether it's Adidas with their Mao jacket, or people buying Mishwei bubble tea, or going to Luckin Coffee. It's all become a very Chinese time of their lives and our lives. I find it quite amusing, really, because only 2 years ago, it seemed like everybody hated anything Chinese. But this might be a trend, a social media trend. And as we all know, trends come and go, but trends also indicate something that's happening on a macro level. Let's just look at the automotive industry. The Chinese EV industry has waged an incredible sense of progress in this area. And what we could safely say now is they have a global domination in the EV market. What there is to say about the EV market is there's so much competition within China. So anybody starting an EV brand has so much competition within the country. If they can survive the competition from their own region, that already is a great thing. If they can survive the competition from within the country, then it's highly unlikely that any other country will be able to surpass them, which is the case probably with BYD and a number of other brands. So when we see the export brands now, there is likely at least 5 times or 10 times more brands that haven't made it outside or even still in existence. So we could look at sportswear as that. It could be a good example, to reflect. What we have had within China is a lot of knowledge, experience, mastery of these techniques in manufacturing, and clearly a commitment to dominating certain categories within the country. We've seen it also with other consumer items, such as the recent massive expansion of Luckin Coffee, Chagi, really being able to compete with the likes of Starbucks, which seemed completely unheard of less than 5 years ago. You've heard a bit about my experiences today. To learn more, I have a free resource linked below, and you can follow me on LinkedIn and Instagram.